Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, aka Toast Sniper 98. Hopefully this one isn't too late, but who knows, we'll see. Anyways, here's the monthly Wales log for FGO going into the month of June. Final month before, well, technically this wouldn't be my last Wales log for FGO before we get 5th anniversary, but I'll be at Anime Expo where they will probably have those announcements for 5th anniversary live. So yeah, obviously I don't think I'll be able to make or get out a Wales log before then. I could probably make it like a week beforehand and then have it on scheduled uploads so you guys can see it as soon as it becomes July, but I'll think about if I want to do that or not. I think what'll end up happening is I'll just end up making a Wales log after I come back from Anime Expo and after I've rolled for Castoria and all that, so assuming that does happen. But yeah, so I'll just call this one tentatively the last Wales log before 5th anniversary. So here we go. Let's see what's been happening so far in the last month or so. Well, not even the last month, I should say. More specifically, we should be focusing on the events of the last like week and a half, 2 weeks or so, because early 120, baby, early 120 in server coins. What can we say, man? NA, the superior server. JP's nothing but a beta server. Am I right? So, anyways, server memes aside, let's take a look at what we basically had to work with during the month of May. If I can bring up, our events have been kind of shifted around, or I should say more accurately, they've been kind of squished a little bit due to anniversary stuff. So I actually had to look up the US, the NA server event list specifically here on the wiki, so I can have a better idea of what went down for this month. So first things first, we have Fate Requiem. So let's go check them out. Let's see, Noble Phantasm. Let's check these guys out. Fate Requiem. We had to roll for a couple of those. So here's Voyager MP5. I want to say he took around. What was my number again? I forgot. I forgot how much it cost at this point. I had lots of other shit on my mind. So I guess my brain decided that wasn't essential information. And to be fair, I like to forget how much money I spend on these fucking gacha games sometimes. So don't blame me too much, right? But yeah, and Voyager's MP5. Let's see. Berserker Dino Wife is up next, MP5 as well. I believe Dino Wife is probably JP's rarest 4-star servant at this point. Cause who else? Miyu and Fujino both got second rate ups, second or even third, I think in Miyu's case. So yeah, that makes Kijo until JP gets another Fate Requiem collab rerun at some point. It's been 2 years, hasn't it? Yeah, because since NA server's 2 years behind, or at least that's how it is for now. We'll see what 5th anniversary has in store for us, or more specifically, what Kano Yoshiki has in store for us. But that we'll talk about that next month, if that does become relevant. For now, Kijo, rarest 4-star servant probably, along with some of the summer ones, I suppose, in JP, and she's MP5 for me. So, in case you guys wanted a copy of Dino Wife, hopefully you have her, cause who knows when the fuck she'll come back. Anyways, moving on. I believe we have a third servant here, a third new one, and Edisa MP5 right there. Well, she's welfare, so there you go. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people, especially on Twitter, did not like the Fate Requiem, how the event played out with the whole, RNG board game. I'm not gonna lie. I went into the event thinking that it would be a lot worse than it ended up being. But it actually was not that bad. Personally, again, my perspective here can be a little bit skewed because I'm a fucking whale. And I can just burn Sane Quartz for AP as much as I want, but I didn't even have to burn that much Sane Quartz specifically for the for the board game to clear it. Like, I just relied on the apples that the event gave us, and almost just through that alone, I was able to clear the entire board. Like, I don't think people thought ahead, right, to save up those, like, the guaranteed dice. The guaranteed dice in the event was what really helped in helping me or in letting me clear the board reliably. So I'm gonna hazard a guess to say that the people who ended up hating this event because, oh, too RNG, like, oh god, I hate these this fucking Monopoly, you know, style rules or whatever. I just don't think they used the or I just don't think they used their guaranteed dice properly. I don't know, man. It might just be me. Then again, I did farm quite a bit. Well, not truly farm, not degen farming levels, but I did use quite a few apples to farm what the last two nodes, the 90 plus node and the one that came before it. So I did get quite a few dice from that. But then again, right, over the course of 2 weeks, and I finished the event like what within a week. You know, the event was for 2 weeks, right? I think it should have been. So you know, you have that much more AP to use on those nodes, right? To see if you can get some more dice. I don't know, man. I didn't see what the big deal with that was. But anyways, me commenting on the people who didn't like the event aside, you kind of had to clear the entire board in order to get MP5 Edisa, because I still get that. You have to do that first to unlock all the quests that gave you Edisa's extra copies. So hopefully you guys have her MP5. She's cool. If not, then well, pray that JP gets a Fate Requiem collab rerun at some point. Alright, so those are 3 new servants, I believe. Yeah, because Fate Requiem was our only quote-unquote new event for this month. Everything else is like whatever. Actually, I forgot, because I made a whole big deal about the pre-release campaign for the Fate Requiem collab. I did roll on that, actually. The really weird banner that had like Jinako and Oskabehime on raid up for some reason. That I'm sure most people didn't bother rolling, which you probably shouldn't, but I did. And luckily, I got Oskabehime, I think it was, to MP5 very easily. I think I got two copies of her within like 400, so that was quite nice of her. There she is. So now she is finally MP5. And Jinako, because Jinako's solo raid up didn't go live until the day the day Fate Requiem also went live, so I had to roll for both of them on the same night. So that wasn't you know, lots of packs burned that night. But thankfully, Jinako is also just as kind, almost as kind as Oskabehime. I got 2 more copies of her after I was done with my Voyager rolls. So the reason why she's only MP4 now is because we still have another 5-star ticket left to go. NA just got ours, right? The NA server, us NA players just got our first one, a month ago or so. We have another one coming up. It should be next year. For what, 6th anniversary, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for our 6th anniversary. So, yeah, I can basically Jinako is the only one I can realistically use that ticket for. Literally everybody else on my roster in my account is MP5, right? Jinako is she is the sole survivor among my my non-MP5 survivors or non-MP5 servants. She alone rules the world. So yeah, of course there's always a chance that, you know, I just get a random Jinako spook between now and next year. But seeing that it took me a full fucking year after Jinako came out just to get spooked by a second copy of Jinako, I'm guessing that's not going to happen. Or I'm banking on the chance that won't happen. So I actually have a reason to use the 5-star ticket. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. If I do get spooked by Jinako for MP5, then that's fine too. Hopefully I can get like a USO off of the ticket for next year. I think I can. I'm pretty sure the ticket from this year, the ticket we got last month, it didn't give you a USO. I don't think. Did it? I don't fucking know. Because I spent mine on Shangyu to get him to MP5, I think. But yeah. anyways, that's the story behind why my Jinako is only MP4. Because I'm saving the 5th copy for either a spook between now and 6th anniversary, not 5th anniversary, which is this year, 6th anniversary, which is next year, and, you know, between a random spook until then, or just, you know, straight up using the 5-star ticket on her, specifically. So, those should be all the MP levels for now. Come back next month for more additions, as they may say. Okay, before we get into the meat and bones of this video, or this month's edition of Wales Log, let me quickly check if I've added any more CEs to the level 100 roster. In case I'm forgetting if I did get any more CEs to level 100, just gonna go scroll through them real quick, just to let you guys see them, in case you guys can see which ones I happen to add to level 100. I'm not sure if I had the Scion personal coaching to level 100. I'm assuming I did before, but just calling it out just in case. Let's see. I have a couple more Mana Prism Shop CEs to get to level 100 as well, if I want to continue the trend. I actually don't even recognize what they are. Is this one of them? Yeah, this is one of them. So I gotta get this one to level 100 at some point. I gotta get Dinner Time to level 100 as well. I think those are the two that we got so far. There might be one that I'm not seeing here or just forgetting, but I think that it's just those two for now. But yeah, I think that should be about it. Other than those, I don't really see any other 5-star CE that I want to get to level 100. I'm sure there are some that I would like to get to level 100 at some point, but I'll work on them whenever I, you know, have the chance to. Okay. So, command card enhancement. Do I really need to talk about this? Oh, funnily enough, I think this week's command faux pas thingy, it gives us, if you've been collecting faux pas ever since they first started, like ever since DW and now Lazangle first started giving them to us, I think this week's faux pas was our final one to get 2 cards worth of full enhancement to one servant, I guess. So, hey, there you go. My Tomos arts cards are slightly stronger, thanks Lazangle. Okay, now, the elephant in the room. Let's see, let's enable all of our filters here. So, Append skills. Gotta go over these. So. Oh, right. I was wondering, like, where the hell is everyone else? So, luckily for me, actually, ever since we got our serving coins corrected, because at first they didn't give us correct amounts, and they fixed it a couple days later, surprisingly. Surprisingly faster than I thought. So, good on you, NA team. Thankfully, my Tama Caster and my Tama Lancer, I could both append instantly. Unlock all 3 of them, get them all to level 10, boom. And yeah, they are max appended. I've also unlocked appends for, let's see, Saber Shiki, Suzuka, and Yang Yuhuan. I believe I've also unlocked Ruler Toria's mana loading skill, but that's just to help out the people on my event support list, because with mana loading, even at level 1, if you have a Lord Ruler Toria, then you can. She basically has a 50% battery. At least she has a one-time 50% battery. Or you don't need to lower; you can, you know, level up her mana loading skill a little bit. Either way is fine. So yeah. Just those servants I have unlocked appends for now. I will probably go through my entire roster and try to see if I can push max appends wherever I can, right? Really the only limiting factor for me currently is QP. As you can see, I don't have a lot. I think I went into this event with a little under 600 million, and I dipped down below 100 million. the night that they fixed our servant coins. So, as you can tell, I kind of went crazy leveling up a lot of shit. So, there you go. And of course, the reason why Saber Shiki's and Suzuka's and Yang Yuan's actually all of their Append skills aren't fully lored yet is because they take 5.5 materials, which we have currently no access to as far as like farming is concerned. So these 10 flames were just from the shop, and that's all we're gonna have, until we get 5.5, whenever that's gonna show up later this year. Obviously, I think it's Hankyo. So I don't think 5.5 is Imaginary Scramble, right? I think Imaginary Scramble has its own materials. Does it? Or does it not have its own materials? Maybe it doesn't, actually. Yeah, because that would be kind of weird if FGO put out 2 new content updates that both gave out like new materials for us to farm for. I think that'd be a little overkill. And FGO players always bitch about them being a material hell all the time anyway, so no need to make their lives a little too difficult, right? So those are that's the status of my Append skills right there. And of course, finally, the Palingenesis stuff, leveling to level 100. I went ahead and gave my Tamacaster the initial Grail to get her started from 100-102. But the reason why I have not degen farmed for 120 is, one, I don't have enough Grails. As you can see, I only have 6. I used to have 7, but I used one just to give Tamo her fancy card border, as you can see here, in case you guys didn't know. I'm sure most of you noticed already because people have been talking about it on Twitter and social media and Discord or whatever. But in case you didn't, for some reason, a slight little perk that you get, a cool little perk that you get for grailing a servant over 100 is their border, their servant card border. It turns a little bit brighter blue, the border at least. Did I say that already? Yes, I did. So yeah, if you were to compare that to somebody who doesn't have that, let me bring up Tama Lancer real quick. So for example, Tama Lancer, her borders are like darkened blue, navy blue even, whatever kind of shade of blue that you think it is. But compare that to Tamacaster, and it's much brighter. So I think that's a cool touch. I like the vibrant blue color a lot better. It really matches Tamacaster too, specifically. So pretty nifty. I like it. But yeah. Anyways, I didn't even explain why I didn't get my Tamacaster 120 yet, or not fully anyway. So one of the limiting factors is I just don't have enough Grails. Duh. Kind of need 4 more or 3 more, something like that. Yeah. And the other reason is because, well, if I try giving my Tamacaster here, obviously I can't do that. I can't give her another Grail yet. So if I were to pull up my Tamacaster here and try to give her, what is that, 10, 11 5-star embers? It's not even 11, it's 12. 12 5-star embers and 8 4-star embers. Guess how much XP that gives me? Look at that progression bar. It's itty bitty tiny. Very, very tiny. So small, so small. So yeah, again, in case you guys didn't get the memo yet, leveling servants past 100, now that we have the 120 system in place, is a fucking pain in the ass. To the point where even I can't justify trying to degen grind just for regular old 4-star embers. And trying to get a servant to 120, trying to get my Tamacaster to 120. Even if I did have all 10 Grails ready for her right off the rip, right as soon as we got the 120 stuff. So yeah, currently I'm just waiting for 5th anniversary because we're betting that they're going to Kano Yoshiki is going to announce or they're going to give us 5-star Ember daily with 5th anniversary. Because they did already mention it in official news posts, right? They've made references to, yeah, we're be on the lookout for upcoming changes to the daily to your daily Ember farming and QP farming and shit. So it's like, okay, so like if they're gonna mention that directly like that, or if they're gonna reference it like that directly in a fucking news post, then what are the chances that they're not going to announce that shit during 5th anniversary, right? So. I'm thinking that's imminent. If it's not, then well, fuck me. I guess I must have wasted my time. But probably not. Yeah, probably not. But we'll see. We'll see in about a month's time when and see what they announce at Anime Expo. So, and besides that, I think that's really about it. I think those are like the super duper major ones. So yeah. So, closing thoughts. This video is already running like for 20 minutes long. But unfortunately, I think it's gonna be like another 5 or 10 minutes longer because obviously at this point in the video for Whales Logs, you guys already know I talk about upcoming content and what my personal plans are for my account to account for next month's clairvoyance EX and shit like that. So for those of you who pay attention to NAFGO social media, or you guys watching my streams, the few of you who do, you guys will know that I'm on record for saying, if I can stop choking on my own spit, I am on record for saying that the early 120 and early servant coin stuff, these early features are the single most, well, there are 2 features technically, but in the same update, right? This is the single most impactful update that NAFGO has ever had. And I'm saying this as someone who started playing at the NA server like 3 or 4 days in. Like, I'm basically an OG. Not to fucking huff my own farts or anything. But, that's what I am, an OG. And in the past fucking almost 5 years of me playing this shit, I've never seen another more impactful update like this. Yeah, I'm sure some people are out there are gonna be like, oh no, but what about the update they gave us the back button early and shit like that, right? And I guess that would be the next most impactful update, right? Aside from like all the quality of life updates where like they just hasten game speed and the farming, anything that's related to farming, shit like that. That's great and all, but even for something like the back button, while it is technically a gameplay change, it wasn't impactful in the same sense. It's not impactful in the same sense as servant coins and early 120 are, at least to me, right? Because there was a way around. You could still play around not having a back button, right? Because the way to do that is just exit out of your client and boot it back up again. It's obviously pretty fucking tedious to do that, but hey, OGs like me had to do that for like the first fucking 2 years of the game when we had no back button, and we still fucking powered through that shit. Oh, you made a mistake. You didn't, use a skill and buff your team, and you accidentally tapped the attack button. And now you can't go back. Well, shit, man, it sucks to suck. Fucking exile your client and boot it back up again, and no big deal. It'll take you a minute depending on how bad your device is. But hey, that's why emulators exist, right? If that really bothers you that much. So, with something like early servant coins and 120, like there's no workaround for that. Like that's the main difference between those 2 updates. Like between like something like the back button and something like this, right? Well, what do you mean? There's like like you're saying that there's an alternative to early servant coins and early level 120? Obviously, servant coins are the much more impactful one. The vast majority of us players, not even me, is going to have access to a level 120 servant anytime soon, right? At least not until 5th anniversary. So, yeah, it's just that's the reason why I think that early servant coins, early 120 is like the most impactful update we've ever had for the server. Actually, it's not even just the only reason. The other big reason is that them giving us these features early like this really begs the question of what the fuck are they doing, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like I mean it in a sense of like, man, if they're giving us these kinds of things early 120 servant coins, what do they have planned in store for us for 5th anniversary, right? You would think that for an update as big as this, that Kana Yoshiki and the boys over at La Zangle, right? They would reserve it for 5th anniversary, right? Just to add on, just like make it super fucking hype and shit. So if they knowingly just were like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just give them to them early. Sorry, bump my mic in case you heard that. Like they're just like they just go fucking full Giga Chad mode and just say, nah, we'll just give them 120 servant coins early. We don't give a fuck, and just boom. Like, obviously, the implementation wasn't perfect, right? Because they kind of fucked up our servant coins. But hey, they fixed it a couple days later, so no harm, no foul. What are they gonna announce at 5th anniversary? Like, I've said on stream multiple times already in the past week and a half or so, ever since they announced it to us with their Dev Diary number 3. Like, what on earth do they have in store, not just for 5th anniversary, but just for the NA server as a whole, right? Like, there's a couple factors going to this. For example, the most obvious one being it's no longer Delightworks, right? Even though the team, as I know it, is still the same, right? It's still the same team of developers mainly. They just changed their name. Like, Delightworks is they're not Delightworks anymore. They're La Zangle, or sometimes me and the boys just call them Lasagna if we want to make fun of them. But yeah, they're technically a quote-unquote new developer studio, and from what I've heard, and obviously from what we've seen from recent NA server developments, they seem to be going pretty ham on like doing things that they wouldn't have done before, because now they're their own developer studio, I guess. And I guess that means that they have more freedom to do, like, kind of push the boundaries a little bit on what they haven't really done before, and I guess be a little more experimental in terms of scheduling and content. And so, yeah, it's just, dare I say that Kana Yoshiki actually seriously is considering content acceleration to a degree? Like, is that on the table for us on for the NA server? Like, these are words that just 2 weeks ago I would have never thought of saying out loud. And if anybody, when it came into my chat and asked me like, hey, do you think we're gonna have any content content acceleration for an NA server, I would have just fucking laughed at them, because I've done that before. I've had people come into my stream and ask, hey, oh, when's NA server gonna accelerate content? And I just fucking roast them on the spot, like, you're fucking crazy, dude. And no way in hell they're accelerating our content, especially not after what happened to the NA server for Makia Record. Hell no. Look what happened to that server. But now I don't know, man. Now I really don't know. Like, this month is kind of exciting in a way, because it's just like a big, at least for me, there's like just a big question mark in my head leading up to 5th anniversary, right? Which is why I'm so looking forward to it personally, because I just don't know what to expect. And we'll only find out when they talk about it at Anime Expo at the beginning of July. So yeah, that's my little rant, 8-minute, 9-minute, 10-minute rambling there about blah blah blah, NA server, blah blah blah. So in terms of actual content for this month, looking on the JP scheduling here, let's see, gonna check June. So June 2 years ago for the JP server was pretty dead, because all they had was, because remember 2 years ago the fucking pandemic started kicking into high gear. So this is when DW was kind of shifting their work environments, I guess, trying to adapt to pandemic working conditions. So 2 years ago, June of 2020, on the JP server, there literally were only 2 things on their schedule: Interlude Campaign 13, which we already got, by the way, and Summer 4 Rerun, which is going on right now. That's literally it. So for the month of July, on the JP server, we had the 1800 days anniversary, which I think we already had for NA. We should be getting Hunting Quest Part 8. I'm assuming that'll happen after Summer 4 is over. I mean, how many days do we have left on Summer 4? 10 days. So probably mid June, somewhere around that. Second week of June. Well, actually, no, more than second week of June. So middle of June. Then we should have the Fate Extra CCC main interlude release. So, you know, if people care about that, I think that's an extra King Protea and Melt banner and Passionate banner, actually. So good luck with that if you guys want to roll for that for whatever reason. We also, this is the time when JP also got that really fucking weird swimsuit and AoE MP only banner that I'm not entirely sure why they released to this day. So that's gonna be one hell of a meme banner, I guess, for people to really burn their Saint Quartz on for literally no reason. At least no reason that I can think of. And finally, we should be having Oku rerun. Now I don't know if we're gonna have enough time for Oku rerun before anniversary, before our 5th anniversary. I think it might be possible if Lazengo makes one of the following decisions, right? Either they run Oku rerun concurrently with like Hunting Quest or some shit like that, or the main interlude release for a CCC, the CCC collab, or they can have all 3 of those events run separately, but they just say fuck it and run Oku rerun through anniversary stuff. So we'll have like all the anniversary stuff together on top of, you know, Oku rerun going on, which would be really strange because usually they don't do that. Usually anniversaries are super fucking important to the point where usually nothing else is going on, so that players can concentrate just on all of the anniversary celebration stuff. But who knows, man? Again, literally don't know. We're in uncharted territory for NAFGO. Again, just in my opinion. So I don't know, man. Anything's possible at this point. Though, you know, obviously safer. It's probably safe to guess that they're just gonna stick to the more, you know, standard ways of doing things as they've always done, at least until 5th anniversary. Then all the floodgates will open, potentially. So yeah, that's the content that is headed our way. For me personally, all these events are like, I don't really care about them. Honestly, because I have all the servants at MP5, the ones that are coming up anyway. Commas MP5, KP, Passionate, Melt, even everybody on the AoE only summoning campaign. Well, I guess except for Jinako, but we all know why she's only MP4 for now. I'll probably farm like the Hunting Quest a little bit, probably not too much though. I'll have to go through and see which materials I am interested in farming for. Maybe there are a few that I might take a day out to farm for, and farm all day or something like that. I don't know, just like good times, good old days. But yeah, as far as I can see, this is pretty much a dead month for me as far as rolling goes for FGO. So I get to save my wallet and save it up for Castoria next month. That and C6 Yelan and Genshin really fucked me up my ass, so thank God I don't need to roll for much in FGO this month. So, anyways, that was a very long 3-minute video. I hope we enjoyed this longer video, definitely. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll get started on making the Arknights Dolphins log, the Genshin's Whales log after this. So yeah, see you guys next month, and have a good one. Peace.